Okay, everybody, listen up. I'm Leonard French, your fairly stressed out copyright attorney this week. If you aren't sure why I'm stressed out, you've been living under a rock or are otherwise out of the loop. I took on the Imagos software representation, Imagos SoftWorks representation, and for the past 4 days, I anticipated I would be working on the legal and procedural parts of the case. Unfortunately, if you've been following the case, what has happened instead is the defendant, Alex Maurer, has been sending many more and more unhinged messages that eventually became actual threats of imminent bodily injury or harm. At one point, I was threatened with having my windows broken, my building set on fire. There were some colorful ones in there that I'll leave out because I don't want to encourage it. And there was, of course, this ever-present image of a knife to her neck, and she said that that wasn't a suicide threat, it was something else. Literally, she said something else. Okay, whatever that is. Well, attorneys are trained in the sense that I know I'm supposed to do something when someone makes a threat, but it's often unclear exactly what procedure and exactly when. So being very concerned for my ethical duties and being very concerned for Alex's behavior, I have been searching and investigating and doing a lot of behind the scenes efforts to try and find Alex help. And I hope that effort has succeeded. I hope that by the time this gets posted, I'll have sent something on Twitter to the effect of, yes, Alex has gotten help. It appears those efforts are working, and I am extremely grateful to the community for your patience on this. Let me now turn to the GoFundMe campaign. I am amazed. This is amazing. So much support, so much love, so much care. Do you guys, when you go to certain parts of the internet, you get nothing but vitriol and hate, and the comments on the donations, the comments from the vast majority of people who have seen this situation and recognized how complicated it is. Your comments have been so supportive and wonderful and compassionate. And frankly, it makes me a little bit, whew, it makes me a little bit emotional. You've restored a lot of my faith in humanity. And I am very grateful for that. Some of this is the past 72 hours and the fact that things are finally starting to look like we can get back to the legal and procedural part of this. And I can now say with some certainty that Alex will receive some of the attention and help that she needs with the concerning things that we've seen. I can say no more than that. It would be extremely inappropriate of me to say more than that, but we were the long and the short of it is that we were able to get Alex some help. Not me alone. It was an effort of a lot of people, including people I didn't expect. So thank you for all of you who came together to help an obviously suffering individual in her time of need. Now, let's get back to the case. I'll be filing a complaint in the Allentown Division of the Eastern District of Pennsylvania the complaint will be primarily about the Digital Millennium Copyright Act violations and the things that I think need to be done to undo her actions. So we're going to vindicate Imagos' rights, and through that vindication, we're going to vindicate the community's rights. And from there, we'll see if there's any further action necessary. I will be seeking a court order prohibiting Alex from taking any further action on any assets, properties, copyrights related to the Star Mazer franchise, as well as other Imagos properties. The initial filing will be amended very shortly. That's the plan, at least. So we're going to file a complaint to get into court, to get the process started, to get before a judge's eyes, so that I can relax over my holiday weekend. And then when I have recovered from the mental burden that this has been, I will be returning to an amended complaint to further flesh out the claims that I think are most appropriate against Alex. It is my full intention to resolve this matter in a way that is favorable both to the plaintiffs and mitigates any and all damage, especially long-term damage to Alex. All we really want to see is for her to get help, to get better, to maybe make music for the community one day, if you feel that would be appropriate. I think that that would be appropriate. I can also understand people being very outraged at her actions. I wish I could speak in detail. It would be much more appropriate to give Alex a chance to speak herself in the future. Gotta get through this. I'm your favorite copyright attorney, Leonard French, and I will see you in my next video, which will hopefully have an entirely different tone. Thank you.